This is Bob High reporting. Flag burning marked the early morning start for protests against the president's appearance in Portland. A crowd of more than 200 criticized the Bush administration for its stance on everything from environmental issues to abortion.
His Supreme Court is giving us restrictions on abortion. It's going to go back to the times of the back alleys.
It's the whole range. It's interventions in El Salvador and Peru, policy against Native Americans, genocide against AIDS victims.
Those attending the president's speech, many of them Republican supporters, ran a gauntlet of jeers and debris from the crowd. The standoff between protesters and police continued throughout the morning, with traffic closed off for several blocks around the Hilton Hotel. More than 100 officers confronted the demonstrators several times during the 4-hour protest. Firecrackers exploded in the crowd as police began taking demonstrators into custody. Officers charged a total of 23.
Most of it, if I understand, they arrest all disorderly conduct kinds of things that are typically related to demonstrations where they get a little out of hand.
President Bush's motorcade left downtown without incident, bypassing most of the demonstrators. In downtown Portland, Bob High, Channel 2 News.
The President of the United States of America, George Bush.
The president's primary purpose for visiting Portland, hosting a $1,000 per person fundraiser for Dave Frohnmeyer.
Dave Frohnmeyer is a man of integrity, achievement, and honor. A man who will leave Oregon an even mightier heritage than the one left to him.
On Oregon's timber controversy, the president won applause for asking for a balance in protecting the northern spotted owl at the expense of thousands of timber industry jobs.
I reject those who would totally ignore the economic consequences on the spotted owl decision.
But then, to no applause, there was this.
But I also think that we ought to reject those who don't recognize their obligation to protect our delicate ecosystem.
Well, more than 800 dined on a champagne breakfast of Dungeness crab and poached eggs, and while Frohnmeyer glowed in the limelight of an $800,000 fundraiser, outside more than 100 rowdy protesters set bonfires, burned American flags, and taunted police. They were demonstrating against a variety of causes, from abortion rights to gay rights. Some of the well-heeled Republicans even had to run a gauntlet of protesters throwing debris. 23 protesters were arrested. The president, who saw little of the protests, finished his 18-hour visit with a stop at the Self-Enhancement Program, a program where volunteers and counselors try to steer children away from drugs and gangs.
To all you kids involved, stay in there and get the job done. You got great and exciting lives ahead of you.
He gained at least several young supporters, one boy who got his wish to inspect the presidential limousine, and an 11-year-old girl who said she admired the president's watch. So he gave it to her. In Portland, Mark Hass, Channel 2 News.
We can honor them by enacting laws which free our country from the fear of crime and drugs. And we ask what kind of a society the American people deserve. Our answer is a nation in which law-abiding citizens are safe and feel safe. We must reject those who soft pedal the need to be hard on crime.